Alright guys, welcome to the second PvP Meta Week discussion, where in this video I'm going to talk about this week's CounterSide's PvP bans and ups of the units that are going to be meta, and we're also going to talk about the top players' teams and units that they use. So without further ado, let's jump right into the video. Alright, so let's take a look at this week's ban. So this week's ban is Gayan at 3 costs, Evelyn Keller at 2 costs, Xiaolin at 1 cost ban, Nanahara at 1 cost ban, and Hayami at 1 cost ban. So a pretty good ban target in my opinion this week, except for Hayami. I don't know why they're banning Hayami. I don't feel like Hayami is that strong. I don't feel like people are going to use Hayami even if Hayami is not like buffed. So yeah, I don't know why they are banning Hayami here. Xiaolin ban deserved, Nanahara Chifuyu deserved. People are overusing her, so getting more diversity there is really good. Also, Evelyn Keller at 2 ban, again getting more diversity at those healer, since everyone's just running Evelyn Keller in the previous week. So yeah, especially with no good air units to kill Evelyn Keller. So yeah, I feel like this ban is really good. Gayan at 3 ban, I feel like it's a bit overkill. A 2 cost ban I think is enough to make people stop using her and drop her win rate to get more, the ranger diversity in there. Moving on to the up units. So Mia is buff, Reaper is buff, and Stronghold is buff. The most impactful buff in my opinion is Stronghold, okay? A 2 units with 2 costs is really good. So just to get the extra body right there, Stronghold is really good. Especially with Kang So Young right there to buff also Stronghold, that's really good. And Reaper at 2 cost, I don't feel like people are going to use Reaper. So yeah, I don't think Reaper is that good. Even though Reaper is like up this week, I don't think Reaper is that good. Mia, if you like her and if you want to invest on her, definitely. But in my opinion, when Mia is not up, when Mia is not buffed anymore, I don't feel like she is going to be that good in PvP. So yeah, invest at your own precaution. Moving on to the ship bans, Gleipnir at ban 1 and Lake Superior at ban 1. Lake Superior, you can still definitely use Lake Superior, right? It's still good, even though if it on ban 1, it's still really good. And Gleipnir too, yeah. Without the tier 2 ban, I feel like Gleipnir is fine to use, even though I feel like Stellar is still worth using instead of Gleipnir this week. So yeah, those are the bans and up units and also the ban ship this week. Right now, moving on to the top players, we see the first and second player not using the buff unit except for Stronghold and Mia, and both of them are using the Gleipnir pot type to replace the Lake Superior. The Gleipnir pot type has a defensive passive just like the Lake Superior. Maybe that's why they choose to run the Gleipnir pot type over any other ship to replace the Lake Superior, like using the Kami Izumi or other ships like the armored Gleipnir. And most people in the top 10 are also running 2 striker this week because of the lack of good and cheap sniper being buffed and unbanned. Like Xiaolin is still banned, Hayami Sanae is still banned, and Sylvia are not buffed. The only sniper that is buffed is Mia. So yeah, the sniper department is kind of lacking this week, and Mia is still at 3 cost, not 2 cost. She's still expensive, not as cheap as Hayami and Sylvia last week. So yeah, striker is going to be rampant this week in my opinion. And the striker of choice of the top unit, of the top players are usually Ain and Zwei alongside Joshi Young or Titan. This week is a really frontline heavy meta with Liumi and Ain and Zwei still being unbanned, and also the lack of sniper and Gaeyun to deal with them. And Kang So-young are also being used in almost every top player team since she is just the most flexible assassin for this week and a really good buffer for Stronghold, as Stronghold is, in my opinion, one of the most impactful unit in the up list this week. So in order to survive this week, in my opinion, you need to build your Liyumi up, and I'm pretty sure all of you guys have been pulling for Liyumi since she is just pretty much going to be a really future-proof defender. And you can also build another striker, either it's Hilde, Jake Walker, or even using Titan. So definitely use 2 striker this week. And you guys can also build Mia if you guys want to deal with those pesky strikers, since strikers going to be a lot this week. There's also going to be a lot of defenders like Stronghold and Kang So-young Stronghold too. So yeah, having an extra cheap sniper right there is definitely going to help. But if you guys don't want to build Mia, you can still use Shaolin, but it's not going to be as efficient. Or just put another assassin like Elizabeth or Ingrid, just like what Molol did, as this guy is using 2 assassin, Kang So-young and Elizabeth. So 2 assassin composition can work, or use Shaolin this week, or Mia. Mia is going to be the best option in my opinion. Alright, I'm actually going to talk about my team. So I'm still running the Stellar, thinking about changing it to the Gleipnir, but with the ban, I don't know. Maybe I'll try it today, let's see how it went. But yeah, for the most part, I'm still running the Stellar, good ship. And as for my team right here, I am running a double assassin setup just like Molo, but the difference is I don't have Kang So-young right now, I still don't have her. So I am running Ingrid instead of her, and she's a striker, so yeah, a really good, in my opinion, like striker is really good this week. So yeah, why not run Ingrid as an assassin then plus a striker? And just like what I said, I run 2 strikers, Hilde and Cindy Looper right here. You can run Linshian, in my opinion, both of them are good, cheap strikers, but in my opinion, Cindy Looper is still a little bit better because of the sustain that she has, like the healing sustain, and also her hit stun, like her chainsaw, when she hits a target, she CCs the target, right? So that's really good. I also run Young Harim, and I'm thinking about also swapping her with a healer, because in my opinion, healing is better, but this is just in my opinion though, and the way how I play this game, the way how I look at this game, I value healing more than HP and cooldown in PvP, just in PvP though. And again, Liyumi, definitely use her if you have her. And if you don't use her, I don't know what to say. So yeah, definitely use her if you have her. Again, Irie, just to substitute Stronghold. I don't really want to invest in another SSR just for a PvP week, just for a PvP week. I don't want to waste more resource just to invest on an SSR that is good this week. Again, same thing with Mia. That's the reason I don't want to invest on Mia. Kawong, and finally, right, the Kaldong is unbanned. So yeah, definitely use him. Really good unit. Support your frontline also with the shields and stuff. So yeah, really good units. Use him, abuse him. Elizabeth, again, double assassin setup right here with Ingrid and Elizabeth. So I actually run anti-sniper set on her, attack and anti-sniper set. And same thing with Ingrid, anti-sniper and attack set. I might change this to anti-ranger set. So when it comes to assassinating ranger, Ingrid is going to be the one, and when it comes to assassinating sniper, Elizabeth is going to be my choice. So yeah, a little bit of flexibility there. But yeah, this is pretty much my team. A lot of budget swapping options like the R and SR here. Swapping the SSR like Kang So-young and Stronghold, and also not running Mia, so I don't have to invest on another unit. and that this is my team that I'm going to use this week. Hope you guys can learn from my team, and yeah. So just to recap, the Stronghold and Mia are the only good unit to use as for the up units wise, and Frontline is going to be the key for this week PvP meta because of the lack of cheap snipers and rangers. Okay, and definitely use to Striker this week, as Striker is going to be really good this week. And that's it for this week meta discussion, and as usual, goodbye, have a nice day, and keep playing CounterSide.